episode, was this 14? 13? 14, right? Episode 14, Run It Back.
14.
RunsDeep podcast every Friday night, live on YouTube and Spotify. Welcome. We got Peg City, Ron Theo, myself. A little bit different than the previous podcast. We're missing a couple fellows. One just had surgery, other one's out at football. Without further ado, let's get into it. Ron and I were talking pre-podcast. You had kind of a topic you want to kind of go over, you want to talk about?
Hell yeah. So Olympics, we got Olympics going on with gaming now. So I don't know if you guys saw this go out. It was a thread on Reddit is how I saw it. But basically, the International Olympic Committee is proposing like a new roadmap. They're calling it Olympic Agenda 2020 plus 5. And it's basically their vision for like the next 5 years. But I did link it in the chat if you guys want to pull it up. A lot of the vision is talking about, obviously, a lot more important things in gaming, like how to kind of get past the pandemic, how to grow and protect athletes and things like that. But they did put a note in here that they are going to encourage the development of virtual sports and further engage with the video game community. So take that for what you want.
Give much of a date?
For what? For gaming?
Yeah.
Not really. It just says, so like basically they have like 15 recommendations that they're going to be kind of working on. And that recommendation is just one of the 15. So
okay.
I think it's going to be just them kind of maybe dipping their toes in the water with gaming. I couldn't imagine what game they're going to pick or anything, but I just think it's kind of a cool step in the right direction.
I would bet a decent amount of money that it'll be Rocket League.
What?
It's going to be...
Because they can't have... They're not going to have fucking like Counter-Strike, even though it's the biggest game, because it's terrorists, literally killing terrorists.
Oh, okay.
You can't have that when you're trying to bring countries together.
That is a good point.
It's going to be a game that's like family-friendly, one that's not violent, at least for now. I know that some games have like the ability to turn like the blood and violence off and on, so it's like more PG. But I assume it'll probably be a game like I think Rob's right. Rocket League is a good starting point. It's a popular game. It's
so easy to watch. You just understand what's going on.
I don't think it's the right game to start off with. I think they're already off on the wrong foot if that's where they go. But that's just my 2 cents.
Well, I do think you're right about Counter-Strike, and I don't know why I didn't think about that, but I think the main issue with that game is it is terrorists, but I don't think like killing's the problem.
Bloody. I think killing they would want to avoid at first.
Yeah, but like what
even
about
Valorant?
That's what I was gonna say. Is maybe Valorant could sneak in.
I think it'd have to be like Overwatch type.
Yeah.
I don't know. Valorant, you still have bodies on the ground after you kill them. They can get rid of that, and then you're still shooting guns. Overwatch is like a next level.
We got games like
just shooting beams, and some people have guns, but it's all more discreet.
Games like hockey, where violence is a part of the sport. It's actually probably one of the most popular parts of the sport.
Yeah. And it's a popular Olympic event.
Yeah, but it's not like killing.
That's
oh, you never know.
We're literally killing people.
I mean, maybe that's the next Olympic event. It's like who can do the most brutal slaughter, you know?
Dude, could you imagine? Like, I wonder how. So they would make like a U.S. Olympic like Valorant squad kind of thing, right? Like, because it wouldn't just be a team that's already a team. It'd be the best of the best.
See, they have the issue with that is they already have events like that where they have nations going against each other.
Do they really?
Yeah, they had one
for like Counter-Strike.
No, they had it for Valorant. They had like it was like there was like Team Europe and like all across. I don't know the name of the tournament, but I watched because it was one of the tournaments that like Flights and all them played in.
Oh, okay.
It was.
I don't think that matters because anyone that hears that they could play on an Olympic team is going to be like, yeah, fuck that other shit.
Yeah.
Like, how would you not want an Olympic gold medal instead of just a random ass country against country win?
I'm surprised it's taken this long to even be up for consideration, considering me and Ron went to an event. We went.
Dude, that's what I was just gonna say. We went to X Games, didn't we?
It was the first. I think was it the first esport in an X Games event, or was it? The first Call
really,
of Duty X Games event.
I feel like it was the first thing. I really do. And I think COD was there. And maybe Halo. I feel like there was like Halo X Games winners, but maybe I'm mistaken.
There was Halo before, or
But
no, maybe Halo was after it because there was Counter Strike, there was Halo, and there was COD. Those are the three for sure that I know.
for the X Games, yeah.
And that X
Which
Games event was it was cool, but it was brutal, man. Where they had that event in that little tent in that shack, it was so hot, like.
It was so hot, and then like thank God we bought the VIP pass or whatever, because if you didn't buy the VIP pass, you literally couldn't see much. You were just like standing watching screens if you didn't have the VIP.
Yeah, it's like bleachers. Did we even buy it, or did we get Tasma to like give us one?
No, we definitely bought it. I'm pretty sure. But
I thought we bought one, and then one like Taz had one, and then one of us bought one, and you would take it off your wrist and you'd walk out and you'd hand it to the other person. One of us would be waiting outside with it. Isn't that what we did?
No, dude, you don't remember that? Hold on. Okay, so we helped Hitch get in.
Yes, we did help Hitch get in. I remember that.
Because okay, so me and you both had passes, and we would go in, we would sit down, and then one of us would get up to go to the bathroom and keep a pass on us. Yes. Or you would give me your pass. I'd have 2 passes now. I'd go to the bathroom, come out, grab Hitch, and then we'd sit back down.
Did we make Hitch?
Fuck, dude. That's when he was working for G Fuel, I'm pretty sure, and he was shooting like G Fuel interviews or something.
Yeah, he was doing like the mean tweets, and he was doing all the major events. I mean, that was the thing for Call of Duty back then. It was like there's all those guys that traveled and just got like the amateurs playing and screaming and yelling at each other.
Yeah.
that was a fun time. Man. That event was fun. We definitely need to do something like that again.
Dude, we need to. And I really feel like we would have all met up either last year or I don't even know if it's going to happen this year just because of the pandemic.
Yeah. Well, you guys are welcome to Texas. Y'all can do whatever the fuck you want here. So.
Can you guys think of any other games that would fit?
Dude, I don't know,
man. It's going to be Rocket League.
I think Rocket League. We also poo-poo on Rocket League all the time. Besides you, and Rocket League is genuinely big. It really is.
They pull numbers every time. Yeah. And you can bet on it in Vegas, which means people that don't even care about it like it.
I hate saying it, but if they were going to choose a shooting-based game, they would probably take Fortnite.
Ew.
I know.
Dude, you're probably right, though.
Because most kids play it.
Honestly, I don't know what's wrong with you guys. Have you ever watched a tournament?
For Fortnite or Rocket League?
Impressive. Fortnite.
For which one?
Fortnite. These guys are fucking impressive.
I mean, they're talented, yeah. I don't know if I like watching it, though. At least when I originally watched it.
I had never watched a whole tournament, but I like watching like the last 10 minutes when they're all in their fucking gigantic city.
Yeah.
Of woodwork, and they're all just creeping around, like building, editing, shotgunning people in the face.
Yeah.
There's just crazy dudes. It's unbelievable what they can do.
Man, I'm just a simplistic guy. Give me just gun on gun, a couple smokes, a couple flashes, a Molotov, a grenade. Some recoil control. That's my thing,
Got to adapt, CP. You can fall behind.
I'm getting older. I'm not getting younger. I'm not a zoomer. I'm closer to the boomer status, if anything. Did you guys? I know that you guys are kind of big into animes. I'm not because I'm, an adult.
Oh,
you can't adapt. CP, you just got adapting issues.
I was so curious to see
that's what we're seeing. CP's gonna be the old guy that doesn't understand fucking Bitcoin for the rest of his life and never figures it out.
Bitcoin. You probably know more about it than me, but if there's anyone who knows more about it than anyone else, it's me. It's you, then me, then the other guys are just like, what is it?
I don't know crypto at all. Yeah.
But no, so Valve announced that they're doing an anime. I don't know what kind of style, just anime.
Okay.
Over Dota, and it's partnered with Netflix, so it's gonna be on Netflix.
Yeah.
Which we've seen. I remember growing up, there was like a Halo show or movie that came out. And there's been some like gaming movies and stuff, but I don't know if I can think of any like animes or anything that are based on directly from a video game.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would work. I haven't played enough Dota, but I didn't think there was much of a story. But yeah, there must be.
I know it is.
Like, because I know like League of Legends has a bunch of lore. Like Riot does a good job just like doing those cutscene stories, dude. Those are entertaining to watch. I mean, if there was like a 25-minute episode of just Valorant cutscenes, kind of like what they've been doing, I would probably watch it. But I'll definitely check out the Dota anime just because it's gaming. I'll give it a watch at least just to see if I like it.
It's the game that has the highest prize pool in the world, like of any game.
Yeah, that game is popping.
It's bigger than League of Legends, is it not? Isn't it like their
I think so.
Their worlds tournament is like a $15 million prize pool or something like that. The first place team, like each player makes like I think like $1 or $2 million. It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it. It just doesn't get that much attention. I don't understand how it's so big.
It is a weird like phenomenon, dude. Like that game is like chilling throughout the entire year, and then the end of the year Worlds happens, and it just explodes every single time. It is kind of weird how that works.
It's like Super Smash Bros. You just don't even think about it, and then once you do think about it, you're like, oh yeah, people play that.
Dude,
but
what
you
about
just never
Super
really
Smash
see
in
much.
the Olympics? Could kind of work, maybe.
Yeah, that could work actually. It's pretty kid friendly.
Yeah, and it's well past its time. Like it has a strong community, but it's like a very small, dense community. Like
it's also kind of hard to follow. Because those guys are just
so
freaks.
Much going on.
They're just like block, grab, block, fucking smash into the ground, block, jump off the edge, kick them into the fucking abyss.
I feel like Nintendo is hard to work with too. Have you ever heard that? Like when you're trying to stream like Nintendo games, sometimes it just doesn't work, and like you're not allowed to stream some Nintendo.
Yeah, there's like a big drama about that in the last 6 months with Nintendo, where people were like hating on them, like boycotting because they were like pulling streams down for copyright for something. I'm not too familiar with the subjects. I don't want to go too in depth, but I'd heard it was just not good for Nintendo. It made them look really, really bad.
Yeah. Well, quick little side note, since we're on Nintendo, I was going to bring this up last podcast, but Rob wasn't there. But there was a Zelda TV show coming out, dude. Did you hear about that?
I've seen rumors about it before, but
like cartoon based or like actual
I don't know.
Based?
I'm not sure. I saw some thumbnail and I didn't click on it to really investigate, but it supposedly got canceled because it got leaked. It was supposed to be like hush hush, but I guess it got leaked.
See, that's something I get on board with. My entire childhood, like I would play that game religiously and beat it over and over and over.
Yeah, I've wanted a show for so long, but I'm really scared someone will just fuck it up.
Dude, and that's funny because we were literally just saying that earlier.
That's what they always do.
Yeah.
You can't ruin the nostalgia for us boomers, you know?
True. I almost think it'd be better as an anime.
It could work, yeah.
I just can't picture a real life person like as Link. I feel like anyone's gonna look wrong.
I can't see some reason, but I'm shaking my head right now.
Well, it also, would be tough.
CP, the good thing about animes is you can actually do cool shit. With real life TV shows, you like try and do cool shit, and it has to be special effects, and then it takes forever, or it needs a shitload of money.
Have you seen Transformers?
But with anime, it was amazing. shitload of money. Yeah. Do you not understand that? Anime can do so much because they don't need a shitload of money because it's just art.
Yeah.
So you can actually do cool fighting and like cut people's heads off, and
I think it's something about like it being still frame like images, like it's not fluid, like it's like choppy. That I'm just
like,
maybe I don't know. Maybe I just haven't really invested enough time into it and just found something that I like. No matter what, if you look for something to like, you can find something to like. I think that's kind of what I live by.
Yeah.
If you look for something bad, or if you go in with the presumption that it's going to be bad, you're not going to like it. So
I still struggle finding ones I like.
Yeah.
It's like overall, I guess I have your views, CP, but I just want to like it so bad. I just keep trying. And eventually I come across like some decent ones, but there are a lot that I just can't relate to.
It's like, it is just like really popular right now. Like it's on my Twitter feed at least. People are always talking about animes, and I swear the animes I've watched, I haven't done very many, but I swear it starts out with just like nasally wimpy boy, and it just is like his journey turning into a badass is like the main premise. Most of the animes I've watched.
You're talking about Airbender?
Well, so Avatar, My Hero Academia, and Attack on Titan. It's all that kind of a vibe. And it gets to the point, like Attack on Titan, even with Brenna watching it, she's like, I cannot take this kid seriously. Like it's to that point where she's just like, this is like a joke.
Was that Airbender? Was that based off an anime? Because I saw the movie, the first one.
Those are just.
Oh,
Oh
Or were
wait,
they
hold on.
books? Or were
Are
they
you talking Blue
movies.
People? Or are you talking
I saw.
Airbender?
I don't know. I saw Airbender a long time ago. It was a
Yeah, the
movie.
movie's supposed to be horrible, but yeah, it was based off the movie.
Yeah.
I never watched, or it was
Wait.
based off the TV show.
Was the
I
TV
never
show an
watched it
anime?
though. Yeah,
Okay.
it was more of a cartoon though. It was on Nickelodeon.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
I
makes
don't know
sense.
how you really differentiate the two.
I'll live by this and I'll die by this. That I grew up watching Dragon Ball, man, and that was the peak. That was
I don't
everything.
know how you watch that and you won't watch a different anime. I
Because dude, that one
tried watching that as one of the first animes. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I
I don't
grew up
want to just
watching
sit
it,
here
and
and watch these two idiots argue for 8 episodes.
dude, when they go Super Saiyan, you got Krillin,
Honestly,
Goku,
if you like
Gohan.
that part of it, I think you would like some animes.
Definitely.
There's some crazy gory ones where people like are beating the shit out of each other and like cutting people in half. It's
That
crazy.
happens in Dragon Ball. I remember
Yeah.
coming home from school. I'd come home, I'd sit down and watch an episode, and I'd go outside, skateboard till it was dark. I'd come home, come inside, eat dinner, and then sit in my dad's office and watch it on this little tiny little TV we had in there, and I'd fall asleep, and then finally get up, go to bed. Man,
Dude, fuck. We haven't been reading the chat. And I actually went back to the chat just to look to see if Dennis was saying anything
No.
because I think he wants me to watch Black Clover. But he didn't put it in the chat. I'm pretty sure it's called Black Clover, but I think that one might be a gory one. Because him
Nice.
and Rev have both recommended that to me.
Yeah, there's some crazy ones.
the anime stuff would be kind of more up y'all's alley.
There's a Connors in here too, man. What the hell?
Why were we talking about that?
Just because of
Dota.
the Dota anime.
Oh yeah, Dota.
Man,
Yeah, I don't understand how that would work. I also don't like animes where, like My Hero Academia.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it, but it kind of annoys me in the back of my mind that everyone looks different. I don't know. Like it doesn't make sense logically
Yeah.
how everyone just looks so different. It's just weird to me. But that's common with a lot of animes where people just look drastically different. It's like, how did that happen? How?
Yeah. I don't know. I really do think gaming and anime is almost like there's so many gamers that watch anime. Don't you guys think? Like, and I feel like the Dota show could probably work. But like,
yeah, I think it'll work, especially
I
with
think
Netflix.
because Dota has such a big following, that's why it will work. I mean, it's a wildly popular game. I mean,
I was gonna ask you guys if you guys watched. Have you guys seen Witcher? It's not an anime, but I mean, it's a gaming game that turned Netflix show.
Yeah.
Did you see a CP?
No, I have not.
You haven't seen it? You might like it. Hey, did you play Witcher?
No, I did not.
See, I didn't play Witcher, but the show was enjoyable and it was kind of pulled from the game. I don't know how accurate it is, but
I played Witcher and it's pretty accurate, but like the big thing in Witcher was he would like take on bounties, basically. They weren't really called bounties, but there'd be like some monster, some unique monster terrorizing some village, and you would have to figure out like how to kill it in the best way because they're like weak to different shit. So I was wanting more of that from the show because he only killed like a few monsters in the show.
yeah.
I was hoping it would be a lot more about him like hunting down the monsters because that's his literal job. But I think they might do that more in season 2. I think they just couldn't hire that much like special effects crew because it would take a lot. Coming back around to what I was saying about anime.
Yeah.
Stuff they can't do with real life. You just can't have that much special effects because it takes so long and so much money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take us in a different direction here. We spent
That's fine.
25 minutes kind of talking anime, and people are falling asleep, you know? But no,
No one's falling asleep, dude. I swear to God, gamers and anime,
so
it's becoming the thing.
I just want to kind of briefly touch on one of these topics that I mentioned in Discord earlier, which was one is Bradley Martyn is going to court today. If you guys don't know who that is, he is like a fitness YouTuber. He's been around the YouTube world for a long time. He kind of intertwined and found his way like collabing with the Nelk Boys a lot. And during the pandemic when it hit, he refused to close his gym. He had just opened a gym like 6 months prior in California.
Oh, that's terrible timing.
And then they said no gyms are allowed to be open. They're still not allowed to be open. And even with all the new regulations and stuff, he said fuck that, and he kept his gym open. They were letting people in California open their gyms if they had a tent outside and they had to work them out outside. And he's like, that's stupid.
What?
So he's letting people still come to their gyms, but they had to wear a mask. They still had to, like social distance, but he just let people work out. And California was shutting off the power to his gym, like cutting off the water, stuff like that. And so he just kept it open as kind of like a protest. So then Steve Will Do It announced what he's calling a bro test. And they're all showing up to the courthouse where his court is today. And apparently, I don't know how much time, but he's facing actual jail time if they convict him of whatever charges he's being hit with. So I just kind of want to get y'all's, what's your thought on that?
Dude, I don't know, man. That's touchy. Like,
I think he's
you gotta respect. Yeah, you gotta respect the pandemic, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm going to the gym. I've been going to the gym for like the past month.
I mean,
and people are pretty respectable. Like most people are wearing masks. California is a different little.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Though.
He's really stupid for doing it in California.
Yeah,
they're like the worst place you could possibly do that.
There's a reason why all these Californians are moving from California.
Yeah, that's tough, man. If you're in his shoes and you just opened a gym, I mean, he probably didn't want to lose money.
Yeah, because before he opened the gym, like his YouTube channel was successful and he got like 100,000 views a video, but it wasn't like anything crazy. Now that he's been working with Nelk and doing these like skits and stuff with Nelk, his numbers are through the roof. So like he's probably making good money and could afford to shut his gym down, especially with like his merch and his supplements and stuff that he sells as well. But it's just the way I look at it is, you've got to allow some form of freedom and for people to exercise. And some people at the gym, that's the only thing they can do. Because
you can fucking exercise outside.
Yeah, you can. But I mean,
especially in Cali.
Yeah, but I mean, I just think that that's in a business that I think health and fitness should be a business that is considered essential. If you're going to leave liquor stores open, but you're not going to leave a gym open, that makes totally no fucking sense.
I don't hate what he did. I just think he's stupid for doing it.
Yeah, I would say
you should not fight the government. That's a horrible fight.
Yeah, like I feel
unless you have a really good backup plan.
Yeah,
you should not just be like, oh fuck you, I'm just going to keep it open because I'm a fucking Nelk boy.
Yeah,
that's just stupid.
Well, and I'm pretty sure not only was he keeping it open, but I think he was vlogging in there too. Yeah. So it's kind of they're gonna have some evidence against him too that shit was open and that was functioning.
Well, here's the thing.
I wonder how that's gonna go, man.
What kind of time do you think they'd actually give someone for something like that?
Dude, I feel like he probably won't get time.
Maybe just bail or
but
something.
Might get a heavy fine.
Yeah. Well then,
very heavy.
Well then they're gonna say, I'm guarantee his lawyers are gonna pull up the thing with, Pelosi going to get her hair done whenever the hair salons are supposed to be closed.
Oh, I didn't even hear about that.
Oh, that's old news. We won't get too political with that, but basically she's in San Francisco and their entire country was state was on lockdown, and she made a private appointment with some hair salon. And they pulled up the CCTV footage of it, and it got leaked that she was out during the pandemic when everything was shut down, getting her hair done. And it's like, why do rules not apply to you, but they apply to everyone else?
Damn.
So it's just
there are a bunch of politicians that did shit like that.
Fuck, man. I don't know. I hope I mean, I don't want to see him go to jail. I don't think. And okay, so then what happened? I mean, did anybody get sick from his gym? I mean, he kept it open. I guess. That would factor in a little bit too. I feel like if everyone was getting sick,
yeah, I don't know.
Close that shit for sure.
I don't know. Getting sick or there being any breakouts or them shutting down for to decontaminate or anything. So I didn't hear anything about that. But of course, he's probably going to keep that pretty private if it were to happen. That and he's an influencer, so his situation and people come to his gym is probably a lot different than your typical gym. So it's just like a normal gym. People are keeping it open. They might just kind of turn an eye to it. But because he's an influencer where he gets hundreds of people by the week, maybe thousands of people by the week, just showing up to his gym just to meet him, it's a totally different kind of spectrum.
Yeah.
But there was one other court related topic I want to mention was, do you guys know who Steven Crowder is?
Yeah.
He's the guy that you see on the meme that says "Change my mind."
Oh, at the
Yes,
desk, at the little table on a college campus. Yeah. I know that dude.
He's a guy. A lot of people love him. A lot of people hate him. But he was.
I like the meme.
Yeah, he was being silenced by Facebook. You know, Facebook had their thing like 4 years ago where they had to show up to Congress and talk and get all this stuff, and they were like, "Yeah, we were, silencing people, but we're not doing that anymore." Well, he filed a court case, and he's got this really badass lawyer, and they're gonna take Facebook to court, which is huge because that is the biggest social media company on the planet, and you're just two guys. You're a political talk show host and a lawyer. He calls him my Asian lawyer. Two guys taking on. That's like David versus Goliath. I mean, and they said they're prepared to take it all the way to the Supreme Court because he's been banned on Facebook. All of his stuff gets.
Yeah, but how much money does he have? Because usually those things, they just draw it out as long as humanly possible.
He's pretty wealthy. I mean, he does very well.
But not as much as Facebook.
No, definitely not. But I think
they're just gonna draw it out and draw it out and draw it out and change things and draw it out and change things and draw it out.
That's where they're gonna get some public support from it. I think because so many people they don't have a positive outlook on Facebook right now because they just have so much bad laundry in the wind, So I don't know, it'll be interesting. It's gonna be a long process. It's gonna cost a ton of money.
Thought about deleting my Facebook a lot.
Same.
Many a time.
Dude,
I don't use it anymore. I don't even know why I have it, honestly. It just sits there.
Same, man. And I don't know if this is true or not. I'm not trying to spread false shit on the internet. But did Elon Musk say something about Facebook?
Yeah,
did you guys hear about that?
All the time.
I swear to God, and it may have been fake, so take this for a grain of salt, not fact. But I swear to God, he said that he wants to make enough money to buy Facebook just to close it. Did you guys hear that? See that tweet? I swear that happened.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm trying to fact check it.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, that sounds like. I mean, Zuckerberg, he started the company and there was controversy around his name. And by God, when that company ends, there will be controversy around it. I mean, there's already a ton of controversy.
That's the other thing I was going to say. They've been in court so much. I think
Facebook?
they just kind of know what to do now to get around
Yeah, they probably are.
They were able to just be. They saw what MySpace did, and then they improved it and made it better. And they were the first company that really did that. I mean, you had Zynga way back in the day. If you're boomer like me, you know what that is. You had MySpace, and then you had Facebook. And even now, the kids that I teach are all like, "You have a Facebook? You're old." Shut up.
It is.
But it's true.
It is for old people.
But I literally only use it to every once in a while check to see oh, how's this person doing? Oh, they're married and got 2 kids or whatever. That's cool. All right, I'm off.
Yeah. If I get on Facebook, it's people posting about their kids, which I don't really care about, or old people arguing, aunts and uncles and friends of the family, just arguing about politics. Dumb shit. Why am I even on here?
I read a comment section for 10 minutes and I just want to headbutt my desk. She was like, I'm off. I can't do this anymore.
It's pointless. I mean, it's not pointless, but it's just gone to the dumps, gone into the dumps.
Yeah.
It really has.
We went influencer court, political court, and now I'm going to go you to
basketball court.
No. Another form of court, but with a totally different. This is kind of between the two, political and influencer, which is, I don't know if you guys heard, but Deep fucking Value is being sued by the SEC. I don't know how much you know about this, but
I need to look into it more.
Yeah, I don't know.
Here's the things that I read, and this is part of the court doc that I read, was that he had multiple identities and aliases that he was using to push videos and ideologies about buying AMC and buying GameStop to inflate the price. So he had multiple accounts that he was using to push it. and he had all of his money in, right? And he had that 40 million, but allegedly he pulled out a bunch of money, and he kept showing that he had all this money in, but he had already pulled out a ton of profit and kept using these. He had a YouTube channel called what was it?
Roaring Kitty.
Roaring Kitty that he used to push GameStop, and they're saying like, I don't know, that seems kind of like, in my opinion, the dude was a legend for gritting it out with all that money or whatever. But if you have multiple aliases and identities, you're logging in different accounts to push it, and then you're pulling money out while you're telling people to hold.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's a little sketchy, but I don't know if I'd say it's any more sketchy than like hedge funds.
Yeah.
Being able to
sure.
literally change the trade of a stock, like change the momentum of a stock just because they have so much money.
There's no regulation on it, so they can short sell, and they can bet against these stocks that don't even exist. So they can basically be in credit or debt for stocks that aren't there. So that's a whole long process that I was reading about. And go ahead.
Like if the deep fucking value shit is true, so like you're saying maybe he had like more than one Robinhood account, is what you're saying? Is that what they're saying?
I don't know. He was using, from the doc that I read, was using multiple identities and social media platforms
to just like
to push for buy GameStop, and no one knew it.
To make it look more appealing to
which they're saying is stock
the dumbass
stock manipulation,
me.
Which I mean, Robinhood 100% stock manipulated, and they're gonna say all this bullshit. Wasn't a liquidity issue, blah blah blah. Bullshit. Your ass was in the frying pan, and you didn't want to get seared. Plain and simple.
Yeah, the big thing, I wonder, they said they didn't have like enough money to cover the trades, so they just they stopped the trades on like 8 different stocks. And I'm like, I wish someone would have asked, like, why didn't you just limit the trades on every single stock on the stock market instead of just selecting those individual ones? Yeah. Because that would also still save you some money. And you could easily like calculate, I think he said they needed like $3 billion of money. So just figure out, okay, if we freeze trades on every stock by like 2%, does that give us some money?
Yeah.
So yeah, I wish someone would ask that. Or I wish I could ask that.
We need to go have our own bro test, show up to the Robinhood headquarters. It's like,
yeah, that would suck if that was true about deep value, like the taking the money out.
The irony in
the multiple accounts, I don't really care, but if he was actually taking money out and then posting those screenshots, that's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
That's alleged. I don't know how much. It's going to be played out in court, and obviously, if this guy pulled his money out, he's got the funds to fight it. So,
I wonder if it is not true, because he literally posted again today, and I don't know if he would have done that if there was evidence against him. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of dumb.
The craziest thing from this all is, why the fuck does the Robinhood Vlad dude look just like deep fucking value? I can't take that seriously. It is creepy.
That's the part that, like, when I was first reading, I didn't know much about Wall Street Bets on Reddit. But when I was reading up about it, there was a lot of stuff on there that said, yeah, it's a great thing for you to get some information on stock trading. But most of the time, I forgot the YouTuber's name, but I have to go back and find it. Was a very big YouTuber, and he said the majority of the time there is 1 or 2% of people on that Reddit thread that make a killing, and the other 98% lose their ass, and those other guys are making money. So it's like the big guys on there, yeah, they're making a ton of money, but by the time all these other peas roll in, they've already pulled their money. So it's like, it's kind of, I don't know. I'm skeptical. I'm just skeptical.
Same. I'm a big skeptic in general. It took me forever to buy AMC, and then I bought it at fucking 19 a share, and I just get screwed, man.
Which is what happened to most people. But the people who were in it early, who pushed the stock up, pulled their money and made their money. Which is, it's. I was with the movement. I'm cool with the movement. So if it's about the movement, I'm with it. It's a little bit of money. It's not the end of the world. But there are some people that invested a lot of money who probably don't have a lot of money, who probably took out loans, and for those people,
and we're talking hundreds, and people were in for thousands. So
yep, some people took it a little too far.
Yeah.
Let's talk Valheim,
So
dude.
let's shift gears here. Get off. We went anime, then we went stocks and politics. Valheim, yeah.
Fuck
What are your
yeah.
first thoughts on it?
I mean, I think it's good. I think, so we're gonna make Missive Interest 30 on that game, and as long as it goes according to plan. I guess I shouldn't make it official unless I don't know, but I think it'll work out. I think it's gonna be a good enough game where we can make a pretty entertaining video
I
from
think
it.
so.
It's like I don't know, man. Like I was saying yesterday when we were playing on Valheim, it is genuinely refreshing to play a game just with your friends, low stress, having fun. You know what I mean? It's been it's been so long where like we just love the most competitive games fucking possible. I swear that's all of our vibe. So like we go from like competitive game to fucking Tarkov where it's like not really competitive but just intense and stressful.
It's stressful.
Finally get a relaxing game, man. I don't know. I think it's going to be
I
good.
feel like I've been saying that from like a month, 2 months into Valorant. Like, hey, can we just like do something casual every once in a while? And
Yeah.
just low stress.
I agree with that, but most casual games just aren't
Aren't popping.
entertaining to me.
I think this is gonna
Yeah.
I don't even care if it's popping. This game is just like you can tell there's some depth to it, some learning, and some like I don't know. I just like when you can try shit and figure shit out on your own.
Yeah.
It seems like a very improved version of the raft. Like the raft was like the fact that you're on this boat the entire time, you can't get in the water. Sharks, like yeah, it's cool, but this is like you can build
Yeah.
boats, you can be on water, you can be on land. It's like Rust.
Yeah.
It's like a Viking Rust or Viking better 32-bit version of Minecraft with less PvP.
Yeah, sprinkle in some Minecraft.
So it's one of those games that
It
I think is going to
is.
be very popular.
I didn't think I liked the Minecraft analogy, but after I played it, I think it's probably closest to Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's a little more restrictive because Minecraft was so like everything was a block.
Yeah.
And you could destroy any block, so you could do almost anything. This game, it's like you're kind of restricted on your building and whatnot.
Well, that's the thing, though. We're still playing a pre-developed version. It's an alpha that when you bought it. It said this is
true.
Still in development, so it's still got a long ways to go.
I think they're gonna do some amazing things with it. I think it's gonna be around for a long time.
I think if they announce some form of like Rust has, that have like 50 to 100 man like PvP servers, that it will be such a fucking good game. Because the problem with Rust is people like it and it's fun that Offline had these new servers that came in that added all this roleplay stuff. Imagine doing roleplay as a Viking. You have like your blacksmith, like your hunters, your gatherers, like, and you have these entire towns that people just live as a Viking. And I think could be such a better version of Rust, but Rust has just been around so long, and Rust has that feel and has developed that persona of being super toxic. So this is a new game where people can come in fresh and just have fun. And if it starts off positive, I think it could really gain some traction.
And you can like be creative and take it at your own pace. Rust, it's like you have to build your base exactly like this because that's the most structurally sound, and people have to blast through 3 doors minimum to get into your little fucking base.
Yeah,
it's just so annoying. I like being able to just have fun.
Piggybacking off of what CP said about Rust, like that is a kind of a good point. Like I wonder what the early years of Rust were like. Like they probably weren't toxic, right? They were probably just fun as fuck.
Yeah, probably really fun.
So I mean, us catching Valheim early,
and then everyone learned how to
fun.
min-max every part of the fucking game.
Yeah.
And now they just run around trying to destroy everyone. They like took a fun casual game where you can compete with people to the level of like a competitive game, and it shouldn't like be at that level in my opinion. It shouldn't be like we need to win this, there's fucking money on the line type competition. It should just be like, oh, let's go fuck with those dudes because they got in our way.
Yeah. I mean, that just like rounds us back to having fun, man. I don't know. Just like I think that's like a problem with a lot of gamers, man, is like you just gotta have fun sometimes. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I feel like, and we've talked about this all the time, is like sometimes we lose that and we just get too caught up in the moment of trying to be like the best at a game. You know what I mean?
Past our time. We're not Zoomers anymore.
I don't know, man. There's some 30-year-olds out there.
Pico. There's very few Hikos in this world.
I agree with you and disagree with
We
you.
do have a Hiko on our team though, so
Like, well, I mean, you came up from fucking Counter-Strike, so I don't know about you, but I think me and Ron and Eric can easily get better at Valorant.
Yeah.
But
oh no, I feel like I can definitely get better at Valorant.
I'm not saying we could be pros, but I think we could get phenomenal at the game.
No, I definitely I feel like I still have the ability in me in a game like Valorant to get to be in that top 500 in the region, to get in the top 1%
Yep.
of the game, because I've been there in Counter Strike, and that was only a couple years ago, and I've already reached. Oh, I guess what if you made it to Immortal, that was top 500, I believe. So I've already been there in this game, so I know I can. I just don't play it consistently enough, so my muscle memory's not there. And I don't know, there's times when I
Yeah.
definitely realize that, like, as I'm getting older, that I'm just like, there's so much shit going on. It's like stimulant overload, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? But
Like, yeah,
I'm still competitive,
I
and
don't
that's
know.
always going to be in my nature. So when I'm
Same.
not as good as I want to be, I will do everything in my power and will OCD over it until I'm better than what I was.
As long as you keep doing that, you're good in my book. Once you give up, that's the people I hate.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm not there yet either. I'm down to keep grinding. And I think we did improve. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of us, by a lot of us, I mean fucking me and Eric, we were late to the party with PC in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like that even was a big jump. And then now we're late to the party with Valorant because you got all these CS freaks coming over. So now you have to like kind of jump that hurdle.
I mean,
But I don't know. It's just a grind.
I spent months and months on CS when I started. When I first really got in, I played it a little bit growing up as a kid. Not a whole lot, not enough to be able to control a recoil. I just tapped at stuff, but I never tried to do recoil. I never like actually went and played competitive or anything like that. I just played it casually at a place called the Arena, which was a LAN center. But when I got into it, probably 5-6 years ago, I mean, I spent months going 1-20, 1-21. Where like if I got a kill, it was because I would click a button and they rounded a corner where I just happened to have my crosshair. It was just so bad. And then once you start to get a little bit of fluidity to it, it just grabs hold of you and it just doesn't let go. It grips you by the balls and it swings you around like a kite. With that said, I will also add to that my Tarkov itch over the last week and a half has been pretty severe.
Dude, I'm really enjoying Tarkov too. I really am. I'm not kidding. Like, and you guys always say I don't fucking like the game, which it's not my number one pick. Like, I would pick Valorant probably, but it's not like I can't enjoy it. Especially, dude, I'm not kidding. I had like a week where everything was just fucking going right on that game, and I made like millions. I'm at like 5 mil now, which is like pretty good for me. When I was at like 100, 200,000.
I'm at about
I don't know.
4 mil right now.
I think every time I come back to it, I like it more because
That's how I'm gonna be. I think.
hit the ground. Like the first time, I just hit the ground and fucking fell on my face. Didn't know what the hell I was doing. And then I like hit the ground walking the next time, hit the ground running this last time. You like once you know what you're doing, then it feels good when there's a fresh wipe because you're like, okay, I know what to do, and now I can like be on a level playing field.
That's where I'm at.
And let me see how far ahead I can get.
That's exactly where I'm at. It's like I'm starting. I understand building and finding stuff and doing missions and doing this. What works, what doesn't work, but I'm behind the curve. So this next wipe, I'm super excited for whenever it does happen. I think
I'm excited for it too.
Since
even though I'm ahead of you a bit, I want it to happen.
I do too.
Right now.
I think since the conception of this channel, this is the best state of games for us to play. We have 3 really solid games that we can transition to at any time and not only make content but enjoy playing. Like if we're getting stressed out from Valorant, we'll say, hey, fuck it, 2 weeks, no Valorant, let's do Tarkov or let's switch and play Valheim and we can do whatever.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm excited because I think that's going to lead to a lot of good things. We have a Curza show. The Curza
Dude, that's
what
I was going to say. Kevin's in the chat.
What's up, Kevin? Pumping that iron still? Kevin's probably at the gym watching us on the gym TVs.
Dude, you know what? If Kevin ever listens to our podcast while working out with some headphones in, oh man, I'd be honored. I'm not kidding.
That's when we made it.
That's when we made it.
That's an opinion I'd like to see on him on the whole Bradley Martyn thing. Because I don't know, people who do like muscle shows, bodybuilding, so like the powerlifters. A lot of people love Bradley Martyn. And a lot of people hate him. They're like, oh, he's a phony, he's a sellout. But a lot of people are like, no, he's actually he's a juice head, whatever. So I don't know. I'd like to see someone like Kevin's opinion on a Bradley Martyn situation.
He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah,
I haven't seen him that much. I don't know.
He seems like a genuine dude.
Well,
too.
He doesn't seem like a freak to me though. He's no David Goggins.
Well, it depends which viewer you're asking, because if you're asking any of the Nelk viewers, there's a running theme that Nelk call him a drug dealer and like all these horrible things, and it's a huge meme.
Yeah.
But like anytime on Twitter, like he'll be like, "Going to court today," and then people tweet beneath him like, "Thanks for selling me cocaine last night." Bradley Martyn for best drug dealer in USA, like just crazy shit. So
that's funny. I know you wrote something about it in Discord, and we kind of were talking about crypto earlier, but CP mentioned that Apple was going to start accepting like crypto as payment.
Correct.
Which is massive, and MasterCard is doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And this is all after Tesla and Square and some other companies bought a shitload of Bitcoin. So all this is like massive for Bitcoin. Because before this, it was just kind of like some smaller companies that were invested and then a bunch of people. And now it's huge companies and a shitload of people. And you're having like companies like Apple start accepting it as payment.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that announcement, I checked the price and it was at $48K. I was like, that's a $9,000 increase, $10,000.
It's at $55,000 right now.
Dude. Oh,
god damn! So people are really believing in it. Like not even just like Joe Schmoes. You're talking like corporate.
Yeah, it's beyond that now.
Now
it's to the point where big like hedge funds are gonna have to start thinking about like, okay, how do we incorporate this? Because now giant companies are using it and believing in it.
What are the most expensive stocks? I saw one that was like I don't know what it was, like real estate or something, or it was like $385,000 a share.
That's crazy.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I
know
like some of the ones I follow, like Amazon's expensive, Google's expensive.
That's like $1,000, $2,000.
Yeah, I thought that was expensive. Maybe they're
not. One
not.
thing you gotta look at, look at their like overall market cap, because I could have a stock that's worth $1 billion, but I could only have one share of it.
True.
And in the grand scheme, that's a small stock. So it is kind of confusing. That's something I learned recently.
Market cap is what the amount of shares available multiplied by
times
the price. Okay.
Yeah. So that gives you a good idea of where they stand compared to another.
So in other words, the AMC market cap was severely skewed because limited buying.
Yep.
Like, so with Bitcoin, I mean, what the fuck are you supposed to do? So like, you're supposed to buy like fucking 1/10 of a share, like not even. Like that's even. Also, I couldn't even afford that.
That's $500.
That's like 5K.
5K would be
500.
That'd be 1/10 would be.
Oh god, we have to math. Oh god.
I think the best way to look at it would be like if you really wanted to buy something, the best way to look at it would be like a savings account, because like your savings account gets like shit interest.
Yeah, like
but you do make some money on it.
Yeah.
But if you really believe in Bitcoin, just throw some money in it that you don't need, that you're just trying to save and have it accumulate. So you don't have to think about like buying a certain amount. Just throw what you can in it. And then a bunch of people are saying by the end of the year it's supposed to hit 100K for Bitcoin.
Damn, man.
So yeah.
I just the amount of hype around it, I genuinely feel like I'm missing out. But at the same time, just like how CP was saying, just fucking being a skeptic, that's just like ingrained in my brain to be skeptical, but it's like past the hump, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it's way past. It's already been, people have been skeptic of it for so long.
Yeah.
It shoots up, people are like, oh, fuck this, I don't believe in it. And then they sell off. And then it shoots up, and then they sell off.
I kind of think
and every time it goes higher.
I kind of think it's like the Counter-Strike Valorant argument. I don't think one's going to overtake the other. I think they're just going to coexist. At least in our lifetime. Maybe outside of our lifetime, it goes completely crypto-based, but I don't think in our lifetime cash, gold, silver, things of that are going to diminish to the point of no return, at least. Maybe in 100, 200 years from now, it's all crypto-based. I could see that, especially at the rate of which our technology is advancing. Like, you just think of over the last 30 years, 30 years since, the internet really boomed, how much we have advanced from. We had these supercomputers that were taking up rooms in factories, right? Basically, we have the same computing power on our watch now in 30 years. You think about that. What's going to happen 50 years from now?
Yeah.
Yep. That's why I think it is going to be the thing.
You think in our lifetime?
Yeah, I think so. Just because, like you said, technology's going so fast. And I think we talked about it on one podcast. Like, I think cash is just going to be pointless pretty soon, because why carry cash when you just have a card? And then why carry a card if you could just do everything with your phone?
I can tell you why.
Like, if I could just tap my phone?
I'll tell you why.
Well, taxes. I understand if you want to feel safe.
Taxes.
But taxes? Yeah. What? Oh, like taxed on, behind the scenes?
Yeah, you can get paid under the table. Look at servers, bartenders.
True, but how many people?
A lot.
Servers, bartenders.
A lot.
Yeah, I don't know. You could do that with crypto too, technically.
Fucking body shops, dude. Auto body shops.
All right, hey, here's
what,
your.
Pay under the table.
We're not going to pay you.
Fuck
hourly.
Yeah, dude.
We're going to pay you 0.0001 Bitcoin per shift or some shit like that.
Yeah. So. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think bartenders and waitresses are enough to stop a change like that.
Yeah.
Rob, were you fucking in the podcast when we talked about there was some football player that he bargained for his contract to be like half Bitcoin? Did you hear about that?
No.
Isn't that fucking crazy? Like, genius, right?
Yeah, it is.
Fuck, man.
I think the important thing is, if you do believe in it, it's still going to go up. If you don't believe in it, you can still do nothing. If you do believe in it, it's not going down. I mean, it might go down a bit, but then it's going back up. And then up, and then up, and then up.
Cut you off for just a second. Someone was asking a question. Said Bradley is in jail. I just want to address. At this point, would need to go check to see if they even finished the results of the court case. But he isn't. He had court today, where he would be potentially facing jail time for what he did as far as keeping his gym open during the pandemic. And even though all the regulations said you're not allowed to have it, they shut off his power, shut off his water. He still had people at his gym. So he started his court trial today. I don't know if it finished. I need to do my research after we finish this podcast, but as of today, that's when they started the trial. So I assume it's not going to be a one-day thing. I assume it'll probably take more than one day. So we'll see. That's kind of just where it stands right now.
Fucking, I don't know why, but the fucking R. Kelly meme just popped in my head where it's like, I'm fighting for my life. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah.
So good.
We got anything else?
I know. I think that pretty much wraps us up. What do we got? So what do we got this week? Anything?
Well,
I don't think we have anything really coming out this week. I think Misadventures 30 is the following week, right?
I think it depends. We're going to have to kind of look at our content and see what we have over the last couple of days. If we have enough content, we could do it if y'all wanted to do it. If not, next Wednesday would be our next video.
Dope. Well, keep an eye out for it. Adventures 30. I think it's going to be Valheim as long as we get pretty good content. If not, I think we're going to piggyback back to Tarkov because we're still enjoying it. So
yeah, we'll be live again next Friday. My volume is kind of low. Should be fixed now. We'll be live next Friday. We'll recap, some of the things we talked about this week and kind of. I'm sure by then a lot of people will have already read if they haven't finished some of the court trials that we talked about. There's the 3 big ones that I talked about today, which I'm sure 2 out of those 3 won't be finished. Maybe the Bradley Martyn one will be finished, but I know for sure the Steven Crowder and Facebook won't be. And same with the DFV versus the SEC. There's no way they finish that anytime soon.
Yeah, it's gonna go for a while.
So
dope.
All right, I think that's just gonna about do it for Run It Back episode 14. Be sure to check the description. We have it on Spotify if you guys want to come back, listen to it, where we talk about everything. If you missed something that's in the title that you wanted to hear about, follow us on Spotify, subscribe, leave a like. We will be live next Friday. Misadventures, a week and a half. Be ready.
Hell yeah. Play some Valheim. It's good.
Valheim.
It is good.
I'm thinking about streaming it tonight, so I'm gonna plug my Twitch.
Ooh.
Twitch.tv.
Hell yeah. No, I'll pull you up too.
Twitch.tv/Coach Crispy. I'll link it. Be sure to swing by. Check us out. Watch the boys. Until next week. Peace.
See you guys.